Hey guys, this is Deepti Jacob, DJ for short, from Sitara Center for Emotional Counseling. Happy to have you back on our ride back from Chickamagaluru back to Bangalore. I've just been to Chickamagaluru to celebrate our club's 13th anniversary. We've had a brilliant time and we're on the way back. Now, thanks to Two Wheels, we get to ride on some beautiful village roads when I have the pleasure of sharing these village roads and these vistas with you that you can see, for yourself on the screen currently. Um, on these rides, as usual, we talk about some psychological facet or a fact or something like that, and today's topic is going to be how fasting impacts us psychologically. Now I'm going to give you 5 major psychological benefits of fasting. Now physiologically, most of us are already aware of how fasting helps and things like that, so I'm not going to get into those aspects, right? Because there's enough and more information out there. You just Google it and you will get to know a whole lot. But the psychological impact of fasting is not something that is very often discussed, and that is the reason I'm bringing it up here for us today while we enjoy these roads. So like I said, I will give you 5 benefits of fasting. Now let me give you a precursor to that, which is that I'm talking of short-term fasting, which is sort of within a 24-hour period, because a lot of these these scientific studies that propose fasting and its benefits have looked at a 24-hour cycle, and a lot of these studies have also shown that beyond of 24 hours, perhaps fasting is it sort of becomes counterproductive. So I'm talking of window within 24 hours. So whether you take 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, these benefits are associated with that period, right? Okay. So what are those 5 major psychological benefits? Firstly, it is, we build resilience against instant gratification. Now, why is this super critical in today's day and age? Thanks to increased social media, we, as psychologists, as counselors, we are seeing a lot of anxiety, right, caused because of instant gratification, and when we do not get that, right? So it is important for us to learn how to delay this gratification, and fasting truly helps us flex our muscles here, right? So that's the first. The second is it helps us build willpower. Now this one is of course self-explanatory, simply because every time you're saying no to food during this fasting period, you're building willpower. And why is this important in today's day and age? I think all of us understand why we need willpower, so I'm not getting to that. But honestly, try this out and you will see how your willpower changes in just a few cycles of fasting, right? So that is your second reason. Your third reason, now this one is a bit scientific, it increases production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or also called BDNF. What is this? This is essentially a protein which helps with neuron growth, learning, and memory in the brain structure, right? And this is not something that too many people know of or understand, and that's the reason I'm bringing this up here. So it helps with the production of BDNF. Now, the fourth reason is BDNF also helps neurons become more resilient to stress. This is major, right? It helps our brain adapt to challenging conditions. So this is huge, and therefore a really, really good reason to start fasting if that is not something that is part of your routine. And the fifth and last one that I want to talk about is autophagy. Now, what is autophagy? This is a scientific term, but let me break it down. It essentially means it is our body's ability to recycle, right? It essentially disassembles junk parts, right, and repurposes salvageable bits and pieces into new usable cell parts. It is essentially quality control for cells. Now, this is happening in our brain structure, right? So basically, our brains are clearing out all the junk, all the cells that are taking up too much space or slowing down cell function. It is decluttering, and then it uses these cells to repurpose them and re-engage them. So this is also another thing for fasting. Now, I also want to tell you that when I'm talking of fasting, please don't do it beyond of once in a week. That's the maximum if you're doing a 24-hour cycle. I hope you've liked this video. I hope you found this interesting. If you have, please like, share and subscribe so that you can continue to hear more such interesting facts. And it has been a pleasure having you with me on this ride. I hope the vistas that I've shared with you today have been interesting. Stay tuned for more such interesting facets from the world of psychology. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Until our next. Goodbye.